Hello, my true crime friends. My name is Sheila. Welcome to my channel. Just wanted to apologize for the time between videos. Things have been really busy. Started a new job and had to do some traveling, so it's been kind of crazy. Just wanted to get back and talk a little bit more about the Watts case. My mind is blown. I don't even know where to begin. I have been kind of listening to like tons and tons and tons of podcast information, the discovery, interviews, his interview in prison, all of those things, the videos of the time of the crimes and everything. And I've kind of heard a bunch of like crazy little things, and I want to kind of throw a few things out there at you. The first thing that I want to talk about is, have you ever seen a crime scene being released within 2 days of an actual murder? The crime scene was released on Wednesday night, late. It was late. However, 2 days later, the crime scene was completely released. When his first day in court came, the judge was talking about, making sure all of the, trace DNA, all of the, evidence, that they had out there, was, contained and not compromised. How can that happen? How can that happen? In one of the videos, it shows one of the policemen going in with a garbage bag, just stuffing stuff in the garbage bag, like, sheets from the kids' beds, just all of them in one garbage bag, pillows, whatever, everything in one garbage bag. There's no evidence bags. I don't even know if there's even gloves, so, how can any of this evidence, what you would call evidence, have not been compromised completely? Upon releasing the crime scene, they have no legal right to go back in there and get any more evidence. Do they check for fingerprints? I don't recall them checking for fingerprints anywhere. Not around the basement windows, the doors, the light switches, none of that. So it's like they didn't check for anything, nothing. So it's like they just said, oh, okay, you said you did this, let's just zip this up and we're done. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Usually in a crime, if someone confesses, they kind of have to prove that someone confesses, confession is real. I want to say in the Ted Bundy case, there were several people that came in and said, oh, I did this. This is me. I'm the one who did this. And they were all phony. It was not true. They were just lying. They wanted, I guess, some type of, fame, kind of warped fame. So they didn't even prove what he said was real. Okay? So then it comes to, and here we go to that part again where everybody is speculating, was there someone that helped him? Okay? Will we ever know? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But it's like when NK comes in and does an interview and she's blatantly lying, that she was caught up in several lies, and did they even prove her alibi? I believe she said Jim was her alibi, but she didn't even want to give them Jim's phone number. Oh, wait. Leave Jim alone. Just leave Jim out of this. Really? When in a police investigation did they say, oh, okay, poor Jim, we won't get him involved in this. We'll just let him, no problem. You don't have to prove your alibi. We believe you. No. Especially when she had so much to gain by all of this happening. Okay? He killed his wife and children to be with his mistress. Okay? So it is normal for us to believe or think that she may have had something to do with it. Did she? That is something that we have to just logically look at this, and it's kind of like crime 101. Okay, you just have to kind of look at a situation, and I know logic doesn't always come into these kind of crimes, but sometimes you have to look at something and take it at face value. Okay, they talked about her phone pinging in Frederick at 6:16 a.m. on August 13th. Okay, the only other 2 times that it pinged in Frederick was when she was in the Watts home. How ironic, right? Then we go to, I saw some things, and it was stated that Nate's camera on the Sunday night before the murders had gotten some people, a vehicle in the Watts driveway. And I'm gonna look at my notes here because I want to make sure that I have the information. And it's like, per Nate's camera, at 9:37, a car pulls into Chris's driveway. Okay. Now, in the meantime, at 9:28, the 111-minute phone call begins. Okay. Now, 9:37, 9 minutes after that, a car pulls into Chris Watts' driveway. At 9:45, the car is still in the driveway with the headlights on. At 10:52, the Vivint shows Chris exiting the house. Okay. At 11:20, Chris's phone reconnects with his house's router. Okay. At 11:20 is also the exact time that a car triggers Nate's camera again. And that's at 11:20. At 11:43, the car leaves the driveway. Okay, so let's go back to Shanann coming home. She got home at 1:48, but her flight was delayed. So she probably should have already been home at this time. Who was at Chris's house during this time? So we have to wonder and ask ourselves, was there someone there the night before? Why were they there so late if they were, when Shanann should have been getting home already, but her flight was delayed? Interesting, very interesting. I listened to the interviews that Tammy Lee and the police officers, did at the police station with Chris Watts. And when Tammy Lee was doing the questions, getting ready to do the polygraph, she was asking Chris, different things, about, their life and everything going on. And she had asked him, if he had to say how you would get rid of someone, what would be ways of doing that? And, she brought up, shooting someone, stabbing someone, and at some point even suffocation and strangling was brought up. Something that was very interesting, and I do invite you to go back and listen to this, because I thought it was very interesting what Chris said. So she's having him to go through scenarios, and he said, hire a hitman, things like that. And then he says, well, you could have someone like hide around the corner and ambush someone. And I thought, what? Because so many people have speculated that when Shanann walked in the home, that, she possibly could have been ambushed or something of that nature. Or, after she went upstairs and changed into her, night clothes that she was going to go to bed and, go to sleep with, that there was some other people there, and, she was basically ambushed by more than just Chris. But I thought that was quite interesting that he said that exact thing. You could have someone hide around the corner and ambush them. Interesting, don't you think? I guess the point I'm trying to make is, as the more we look into this, the more that people listen, read, speculate, it just gets scarier and scarier. It just makes less sense the more that you look into it. Nothing becomes clear. It doesn't make you think, oh, okay, we can put this one to bed. We know everything about this case. No. So many things have come out over the last 3 years that completely contradicted everything that came out from the very beginning. His interview in prison. Wow. The book. Letters from Christopher. He talked about things that never was brought up. So I think it's human nature for us to wonder. And I feel like that a lot of you out there have really good theories, thoughts. I have watched so many different, podcasts of creators that have, done investigations, have, did the, detail from his phone, things of that nature. And it's just, it's never ending. And I don't feel like that this case will ever let us be at ease, ever. I understand there's another book coming out. I have been trying to keep up a little bit with that. So that's going to be interesting to see. I would love to hear some of your thoughts. I would like to do a live podcast. If anybody's interested, please, leave me a comment and let me know if you would like to do that. I would love to hear some of your thoughts and some of your insight on the things in this case that's come out in the last several years. And, maybe have a discussion about some of those, because I feel like that there is so much more out there, and we're just touching on everything. And I feel like that if we could put everything together that everyone's, found out and discovered, wow, I mean, there is so much that was left unbuttoned. I mean, you know, so much that wasn't done. And I just don't understand from the get-go how, I mean, was the police department, the law enforcement involved, you know, FBI, you know, CBI, you know, where did the breakdown happen? You know, fingerprints. I mean, let's go back to that. The fingerprints, you know, any DNA that was in the home, you know, a crime scene where 4 people were murdered was released in 2 days. 2.5 days, basically. That's unheard of. Unheard of. And, you know, I've heard, you know, some of the creators say, you know, this is what a true crime scene looks like. You know, it shows the police tape, it shows people in suits, you know, going in and, you know, from, you know, floor to ceiling, you know, fingerprints, DNA, testing everything, everywhere. It just wasn't done. And so it's really hard for the normal person to grasp that, to understand where, you know, why did that happen in this case? You know, why did they just like say, okay, pop, 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 it's done. Okay, we're finished. You know, didn't look into anything else, didn't look into, you know, anything else that anybody calls in about. It's like, you know, oh, yeah, okay, thank you. You know, we'll check into that. Yeah, no. So here's the thing. If you would be interested in, you know, maybe doing a live podcast, and bringing up some of the things that are coming to light, and talking about them, please let me know in the comments. My email's in the description. You can send me an email. You know, I would just like to hear some of your all's insight. I've had some really good comments on my previous videos of, you know, some of the thoughts that people have, and, you know, and they vary, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine, because we're all not going to see everything the same way. And that's okay. That's okay. And it's not going to bother me if you don't, you know, think about the case the same way that I do. I have no problem with that. I am very open to listening to your thoughts and, you know, your insight on the information that's out there. And it just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. So I know this was kind of crazy and I was all over the place. But I just wanted to kind of get back on here and let you know that I hadn't forgotten about everybody. It's just been kind of crazy, and I hope to be uploading some more videos a lot sooner than this one has been. And I've got a couple more cases that I'm looking at and doing some videos on for you. Some very interesting cases. But let me know in the comments what you think. I really would like to have a discussion about some of these things and some of the craziness that's going on out there with some creators that, you know, I'm not sure I understand what all's going on with that. But there's a lot of controversy and hatred and resentment out there, and I don't know what's going on. So if you have any insight on that, you can let me know too. So like I said, leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and please hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I upload a new video and some more chapters in the book. Those some more chapters should be coming up soon. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. So until next time, my true crime friends, I will see you later. Bye.